Introduction. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of orchids and planting. Orchids are renowned for their exquisite beauty and delicate nature, making them a favorite among gardeners and enthusiasts alike. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this video will provide you with answers to 15 frequently asked questions about orchids and planting. So let's dive in and discover the secrets behind these enchanting flowers. FAQs about orchid and planting. An orchid is a flowering plant that belongs to the Orchidaceae family, which is one of the largest families of flowering plants. Orchids are known for their unique and intricate flower structures. What are the different types of orchids? There are over 28,000 known orchid species, and they come in a wide variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. Some popular types include Phalaenopsis, Cattleya, Dendrobium, and Oncidium. How do I choose the right orchid for my garden? Consider factors such as your climate, available space, and the level of care you're willing to provide. Research the specific requirements of different orchid species to find the one that suits your gardening conditions. What are the ideal growing conditions for orchids? Most orchids thrive in well-drained soil or bark mixtures, bright but indirect light, and high humidity levels. Temperature and watering requirements can vary between species, so it's essential to understand the specific needs of the orchid you're growing. Can orchids be grown indoors? Yes, many orchids can be successfully grown indoors. They require proper lighting, humidity, and temperature conditions to flourish. Providing adequate air circulation is also important to prevent fungal diseases. How do I water my orchids? Orchids generally prefer to be watered infrequently but thoroughly. It's best to water them when the growing medium feels dry. Avoid overwatering, as this can lead to root rot. How do I fertilize orchids? Orchids benefit from regular fertilization. Use a balanced orchid fertilizer diluted to half strength and apply it during the active growing season. Be careful not to exceed the recommended dosage, as it can damage the plants. How do I repot my orchids? Orchids should be repotted every 1 to 2 years or when the potting medium breaks down. Gently remove the orchid from its pot, trim any dead or damaged roots, and replant it in fresh potting mix or orchid bark. Yes, orchids can be propagated through various methods, such as division, backbulb propagation, and keiki production. Each method has its own requirements and success rates, so choose the one that suits your orchid species. How do I prevent pests and diseases in orchids? Maintaining proper cultural conditions, such as good air circulation and cleanliness, can help prevent common orchid pests like aphids, mealybugs, and spider mites. Regularly inspect your plants and take immediate action if you notice any signs of infestation or disease. Orchids don't require extensive pruning. However, you can trim away dead or yellowing leaves or spent flower spikes to promote better growth and aesthetics. Can I grow orchids in a terrarium? Yes. Orchids can be grown in a terrarium, provided you select species that prefer the high humidity and controlled environment of terrariums. Miniature orchids are popular choices for terrarium gardening. How long do orchids bloom? The bloom duration varies depending on the orchid species and environmental conditions. Some orchids may bloom for several weeks, while others can have blooms that last for months. After the blooming period, the flowers will eventually fade and wither. How do I encourage orchids to rebloom? To encourage orchids to rebloom, ensure they receive adequate light, proper temperature fluctuations, if required by the species, and appropriate fertilizer. Some orchids need a period of reduced watering or cooler temperatures to initiate blooming. What are some common mistakes to avoid when growing orchids? Overwatering, insufficient light, improper potting media, and neglecting to provide the necessary humidity are common mistakes to avoid when growing orchids. Understanding the specific requirements of your orchid species is crucial for success. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of orchids and planting. Orchids are undoubtedly captivating flowers, but they require a bit of knowledge and care to thrive. By understanding their specific needs and following proper gardening practices, you can enjoy the beauty of these stunning flowers in your own garden or indoor space. Remember to visit our website, gardenplantingflowers.com, for more information, tips, and inspiration on all things gardening.